Yo, what's up, guys? This is your boy Bernie here along with Pete. And today what we got on the agenda is a Hell in a Cell review for the SmackDown side of WWE. And let's just get started right into it. You know, we don't have that much time. So let's start with Randy Orton versus Rusev. What you got in this match?
I don't really care about either of these guys at this point in their careers, really. But I'll pick Rusev. I like him more than I like Randy Orton. Randy Orton's gimmick is a little stale to me. I don't enjoy him when he's doing his babyface stuff. I think he's very boring. Not only that, he's just kind of boring in general. Like, even more boring than Cena. They're the same kind of wrestler.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'll just pick Rusev. I'll keep my opinion on that one. I like that.
Yeah, I'm also going to go with Rusev as well. I think it's time to start building up the new guys. Let Rusev get over. I mean, he was over before he got buried by John Cena and Roman Reigns because everybody's being fed to Roman Reigns. So I'm going to go Rusev. We'll just keep it short because that match, who cares, really? So the next match we got is Dolph Ziggler versus Bobby Roode, the glorious one.
The glorious one. I mean, obviously Bobby Roode is going to win this. He's the new talent, and everybody beats Dolph Ziggler.
Right.
I'm actually a little excited to see it, though. Dolph Ziggler always works really well with people. So it should be a good match, regardless of the fact that we know who's going to win.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just going to be good to see Bobby Roode do his thing in an actual match on the main roster.
Yeah, the only issue I have, though, is that I think Bobby Roode works better as a heel. And right now he's being pushed as like a babyface, which kind of... it just makes him not seem as cool to me. I think he works better. His gimmick, as just being like the glorious one, very cocky, egotistic. I think that works better for him as a heel. Here it's like a face. I think they want to push him as a face only because he has such a great entrance and everyone sings to his entrance and everyone loves it.
Yeah.
And that's the only reason why they're pushing him as a babyface. But like you said, I'm going to go Bobby Roode as well because Dolph Ziggler, of course, is the main appetizer for any new guy that from NXT that comes up to the main roster. That's who they fight.
Yeah. Maybe Bobby Roode being a face is just a factor of Dolph Ziggler being a heel right now, you know? Because he's doing his whole, like, mocking all the legend entrances.
Right.
So maybe it's just, like, for this one feud, Bobby Roode is like the face, and they're just like, let's just bury Dolph. 6 feet deep,
which kind of sucks. I mean, I think Bobby. I think Dolph Ziggler needs to. I think he needs to leave. Honestly, go to New Japan. I'm sure New Japan would love a guy like Dolph Ziggler.
He would slay other places. He would be the man. Like, we've seen what Cody Rhodes has done. Dolph Ziggler is a better wrestler than Cody Rhodes.
Right.
And he has more charisma when he, like, is on the mic. I think he's better basically in every way. Even though I like Cody Rhodes, he's better in every way.
Mm-hmm.
He would destroy in New Japan. Get out of there.
Yeah, so let's just keep how it is. Of course, Bobby Roode is going to win that match. And let's move on to the next one right quick. And that is AJ Styles versus Baron Corbin for the U.S. Championship. And this is a feud that I really could care less about, in my opinion. I think AJ Styles is worth more than this U.S. title feud he's having with Baron Corbin. I think AJ Styles... I mean, it should be the other way around, really. It should be Nakamura in this... Or not Nakamura, sorry. It should be Jinder Mahal in this position with the U.S. belt and AJ with the World Heavyweight.
That would be so much better. I mean, yeah, AJ Styles is going to win this. Baron Corbin is like an interesting case of having a lot of potential, but he's just been boring from the start. Even when he was in NXT, he was boring.
Right.
But they think he's like so much larger than life that he gets past it. But we've seen that, like, he doesn't compare to Braun Strowman. You know, just because he's a big dude doesn't mean he's interesting to watch.
Yeah, the thing I like about Baron Corbin though is I think his finisher is probably like one of the best.
It's pretty cool.
But the only thing is that with the amount of burial that they did with him when he had the Money in the Bank briefcase, I mean, getting rolled up.
It's pretty hard to recover.
It's hard. I mean, just because he had an opinion about concussions, I think that was the issue with the doctor from WWE, and they just had an argument, and that's why he basically got buried.
Yeah.
Which to me is just very stupid in general. I don't understand why you need to like take something away from someone just because they have an opinion.
Yeah, especially when it ruins your storylines. You know, why would you do that? You're already bad at telling a story. Why are you going to punish somebody in effect punish yourself?
Yeah, and the thing I don't understand is that Baron Corbin was supposed to be pushed as this like big star. The next guy who's supposed to have the IC belt by now. He's supposed to have the world championship by now because they were really high on him.
Not happening.
But now it's not even going to happen. I mean, maybe you'll get... I'm going to go with Baron Corbin in this one. I think they want to build some storyline. I don't know if they want to continue this feud a little bit longer, which would be a very big drag. Yeah. But I'm sure they want to, so I'm going to go Baron Corbin unless they add Ty Dillinger into this because of the amount of back and forth they've had with AJ between the three men.
Okay.
I wouldn't put Ty Dillinger as the winner, but I think he would eventually win the title.
Ty Dillinger?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to give you an updated opinion. I think if Ty Dillinger comes out, so I said AJ Styles wins if nobody comes out, right?
Right.
If Ty Dillinger comes out, Baron Corbin's going to win because it's going to be some weird accidental thing where Ty Dillinger screws up and then AJ Styles loses because of it.
Yeah, but if we go with our original picks now, the way it is as of Tuesday, I think it's going to be Baron Corbin myself.
I'll pick AJ Styles.
And you're going AJ Styles.
I hope he loses just for the mere fact that the storylines can become a lot better if he's not stuck in the U.S. Championship picture.
Right.
But I think he's going to win, and they're going to keep everything status quo.
Probably, honestly. But let's move on to the next match, which is Natalya versus Charlotte for the SmackDown Women's Championship. Who you got and why?
I don't really care. I'll say Charlotte, and then Carmella's going to cash in and be the champion.
Okay. I think it's going to be a case of there's going to be some wonky finish where I think so far it's just a regular standard old match. I think what's going to happen is that I think Natalya is going to win by some, hitting maybe the title or something like that, hitting Charlotte low blow.
Okay.
Or some sort of like wonky finish where Natalya wins, but then Carmella comes out of nowhere. I'm going to go with what you're saying and have Carmella cash in the title or cash in the briefcase for the title. But I think Natalya is going to initially win in this one.
Okay. All right. So you're just taking Natalya to walk out of this pay-per-view as champion?
Right.
All right. I support it. Who knows? It's very likely.
Yeah. Then you start building up that feud a little bit better. I mean, this feud was basically built on the legacy of the names of the Flair and the Hearts.
Yeah.
So nothing really interesting in my opinion. I mean,
that's been done so many times.
Exactly. It's just been done too many times. I think what they should have done is they should have revisited the feud that they had at NXT when they first were in here.
Yeah.
Because it would have been... I believe Charlotte won, but I would think it would have been a better feud, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But, I mean, we'll see. Let's just move on to the next one.
Let's do it.
Jinder Mahal versus Shinsuke Nakamura for the WWE Championship. Oh, man, this match is going to be very bad, in my opinion. It's probably going to be the worst match of the night. And I don't think it's of any fault of Nakamura's, but it's more the fault of Jinder Mahal. Because the dude can't wrestle, and they pushed him to a point where it's just very unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean, just because he got jacked, right? Isn't that mostly the purpose of it? And
yeah,
the
pretty
fact
much.
That he brings in the Indian market. Yeah, I mean, it's useless. I think the one thing I could say, right, is because there's been some controversy around Jinder Mahal and some racist comments that have been said on their programming that maybe they let Shinsuke Nakamura come out and just absolutely destroy him.
Kinshasa him to death?
Who knows? Maybe he'll just hit him with 3 back-to-back Kinshasas, right?
Right.
And then he walks out the champion. That would probably be the best possible outcome. I don't think it's going to happen, though. I'm still taking Nakamura in this one. I think they're going to give him the belt.
Yeah, but there's been rumors that Jinder Mahal is supposed to hold the title for a really long time until John Cena comes back, which... I don't think it serves any purpose for a guy that's not believable as a champion to hold the belt still.
Yeah.
Because, he just really doesn't hold any value. I mean, he doesn't even bring in anything from the Indian market.
No, I don't think they've showed any progress as far as the Indian market is concerned. From what I've heard, their numbers aren't going up.
Exactly. And, they haven't done anything where it's... they haven't done anything where I see... where he first won the championship, it was all over, like, the Indian news. Like, every newspaper and news outlet was covering it as, like, a huge grand achievement. And after that, nothing else. We saw nothing else from it. And it's just... That shows you that it's not really working that Jinder Mahal is champion in the Indian market. And it doesn't help that what they've done so far is they made him do the same promo twice in a row.
Yeah.
Where they just make fun of Nakamura in his pictures, except the first week it was racist, the next week it wasn't. But it still doesn't make any sense why it's just this way.
Yeah. Who are you picking, though?
I want to pick Nakamura, but I'm having a small, sneaky suspicion that Jinder's going to win.
See, the one thing maybe, and this is more long-term, but I think if they want Jinder to hold the title until WrestleMania, they would let Nakamura win at Hell in a Cell and then do a third match, and Jinder wins that one.
All right, so, just finishing up on talking about Jinder and Nakamura, like we said, we hope Nakamura wins, but I have a small sneaking suspicion that Jinder Mahal is going to retain the championship through the same way he's been doing it since he's had the championship belt, and that is through the Singh brothers, the Bollywood boys. They're there to just cause interruption and mayhem, and I think that's where I'm leaning more towards. It's just that interference from the Bollywood boys.
Yeah, I'll pick Nakamura just to be a little different.
I'm hoping he wins.
I hope so, too.
But let's move on to the next match, which is something we're both excited about and could potentially be match of the night, and that is the New Day versus the Usos tag team Hell in a Cell match.
I'm going to give an even more controversial build-up for this match.
Okay.
I think if these guys do what they're capable of in the first tag team, like true tag team Hell in a Cell ever,
right?
This could be match of the year.
Match of the year.
It could be.
For just WWE or all of wrestling?
Well, let's just say WWE. It's not going to beat...
Oh, I thought you were going to go more controversial.
it's not going to beat the Omega Okada stuff. But it could be WWE's match of the year.
Mm-hmm.
These guys are on fire lately, and when they're working together, it's special stuff.
Exactly. Like you said, the stuff that we've seen from SummerSlam to the Las Vegas Street Fight, they really just amp it up a level every notch. The only thing I just have a gripe with, and it's not really with them, it's really with just the tag team division in general. It's just very lackluster, and there's only, the two teams have just been facing each other for the longest time.
And it's because they're so much better than the rest of the people they have.
Yeah, but I think you could have built up people along the way.
You could have.
And that's just my issue with it, is that you need to have viable... you can have your tag team feud, that's perfect, but you also should have, an undercard for the tag team titles to where you could have your next number one contender. Like, Breezango was really over, and I think you should have put the belt on him at least just for a little bit, even if it was just for a week or two.
Yeah. SmackDown-wise, though, who else is going to, all right, I'll give my pick. I think the New Day is going to win.
Okay.
Who is the New Day going to go up against for the championship after this? Who's going to come try and take the belt from them?
I think if what they should have done, and I think they teased it a little bit, would be a Mojo Rawley and just a hype bro, but a heel hype bro team. So they had the heel tendencies, the Zack Ryder not giving a handshake after a match.
Okay.
Mojo Rawley saying, there's things that need to be done, and I'm willing to do it.
Okay, so they have their heel turn, and then it's them. They're the next contenders.
Right.
That'd be pretty cool. What if they did a cross-promotion tag team battle? I don't think they could do that. But it would be cool to see Seth Rollins and Ambrose against the New Day.
Yeah, it would be good. I think they might probably do that Survivor Series. I think that'd be good. Or maybe Night of Champions, whenever that is, because they like to do that stuff.
That'd be pretty dope.
But I think what they should have done, and WWE really messed this up, is that they should have had the tag team division on one brand and maybe had the women's division on the other brand.
That would have been pretty good.
I think it just would have solved every issue that plagues both divisions right now, and that is just a lack of fresh matches. They're always just the same stale matches that we've been watching week in and week out. Every week on Raw, they're facing each other whether it's singles matches, tag team.
Like, imagine the work that these two tag teams could have with the tag teams from Raw. Like, let's say Jeff Hardy wasn't hurt. You have the Hardy Boys versus the New Day, and Hardy Boys versus the Usos would be classic.
Right.
You know, then you have Rollins, Ambrose, you have Sheamus and Cesaro. There's all sorts of great matches, but now you have the brand split, and it's just, I don't know. It sucks, but it's also like they've brought the best out in each other to the point where you hope that some new tag team can continue to bring out the best in the tag teams, you know?
Exactly. But let's just get back onto point, which is going to be the New Day versus the Usos, who are going to be trapped inside a Hell in a Cell. I think it's been a while since we've had the last Hell in a Cell tag team match.
I think there's been,
I think maybe like 3?
I think there have, but they weren't really like official tag teams. They were like, oh, John Cena and somebody. That's just a total, shot in the dark. I don't even think he's been in
I think maybe team. Undertaker and Kane.
Yeah, but they weren't like a real tag team at the time. They weren't the Brothers of Destruction at the time. So this is like the first tag team. Like, these are legitimate teams in Hell in a Cell. So it should be pretty interesting. I hope they do some crazy spots.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want anyone killing themselves for the. I mean,
no death, but I want to see crazy stuff.
Some crazy stuff. Use the cell. That's what it's there for. And I want to say it does make sense for this feud because it's kind of been like a heated feud where it's basically been happening for a while now. They've been facing each other. Yeah. No other type of matches is going to kind of resolve this feud, and I think this is going to be the last time these two teams face each other.
At least for a while.
I think so. I mean, unless WWE just ruins continuity like they always do.
I think it's probably going to be their last match for a while too.
But yeah, I mean, this should be a great match. We're obviously going to see some cell spots.
Who's your pick? You've been beating around the bush.
I've been beating around the bush.
I think the New Day is going to take it. Plus, I'm just a giant New Day fanboy. They're the only reason I like the WWE still.
I think I'm going to go Usos just to be different. I think Usos' work as a heel team has been miles and miles above what they've done since they're face. You remember when they were face? It's so annoying.
It was so awful.
So annoying with the face paint, with everything that just was cringe about them.
They're dope now. They're so cool.
They're over now. Everyone likes them, which, hint, hint, WWE, which you should do with Roman Reigns, but...
I mean, no joke, these, other than AJ Styles, the New Day and the Usos are my favorite parts of the WWE. They're so much better than everything else.
Exactly. I just think that we have good tag teams. It's just the division as a whole is just lacking. But, these two teams just blow it out of the park every time they face each other. And, and like I said, it's going to be potentially match of the night because the only battle I see that could even compete would probably be Kevin Owens versus Shane McMahon, and that's just because of it's a spot fest. Yeah, that's the only way I would see that rivaling this match. But in terms of wrestling and pure wrestling, this is going to be match of the night. Yeah. But
let's move on. To storytelling. This is the match of the night from storytelling perspective.
Storytelling, yes.
This is going to be a good one. I'm really interested to see, and I think this is only the beginning of this feud.
Right.
It's going to go on for a long time. 2 more pay-per-views probably. I'm very interested to see what happens. I'm taking Kevin Owens in this match.
Right.
Obviously, he's going against Shane McMahon. But there could be some crazy stuff that happens. You don't know who Vince is going to send out to come help Shane and beat up Kevin Owens for headbutting him.
Yeah, exactly.
Triple H could come out. Who knows?
And that's a rumor that you brought up, and that's a rumor where it's going to be Triple H is going to take over Shane McMahon as the interim authority figure of the brand.
He's going to help Kevin Owens win. Is that the rumor?
I think it's going to help him win, but then they're going to have a feud at WrestleMania.
Kevin Owens and Triple H?
Yeah. Which is kind of like the same, where it's Triple H has a henchman.
Okay.
And then it leads to a WrestleMania match. Is there any rumors
who it would be?
For what?
For his henchman? Is it Kevin Owens?
Well, the thing is that I think it's going to be a feud where Kevin Owens wins, and then the interim Triple H comes in, and he's going to beef with Kevin Owens, which will lead to a feud at WrestleMania.
Okay. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. I really do think that's going to happen. I think Kevin Owens and Shane are going to get 15 minutes just to do crazy spots.
Right.
And then they're going to be like both just dead in the ring, and then Triple H is going to come out.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to pretend that he's there to help Shane, and then he's going to like pedigree Shane and then put Kevin Owens on top of him or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
Which that's a great ending. I mean, it's predictable, but it's still awesome.
Yeah. And like you, I'm going to go Kevin Owens as well, because I think it's just better to put over the talent that can wrestle and are actually in-ring performers.
Yeah, that's kind of Shane McMahon's like thing though. He does crazy spots. He wants to look super over by doing the crazy spots, and then he lets the people win.
The real question is, do you think he's going to jump off the Hell in a Cell?
Yeah. Yeah.
Probably.
I think it's going to happen. All right, I'll give a watered down thing. I think he's going to do like halfway up. You know, where they're like both hanging off, and then he hits him, and then he falls back onto. I think that's going to happen.
I don't know if it's going to be like the same spot where he basically almost killed himself with The Undertaker. I don't know if you remember that WrestleMania.
Where he jumped off the top.
Yeah, and he just...
He's too old. He's too old to do that again.
I know.
Maybe they do like a setup, you know, the Mankind Undertaker where he choke slammed him through the top.
Yeah.
Which was an accident.
Right.
I think that they might do it on purpose.
Might do it on purpose?
Yeah. Maybe they put him through the top because Shane hasn't done that yet. And we know Shane likes to fall from high places.
He does.
So maybe they could set that up where he's not falling straight just onto like the ring, like there's something under the ring, you know?
Yeah, I got you.
Makes this fall not as crazy. So I think there's going to be some wicked spots in this.
Yeah, obviously Shane McMahon, Mr. Spotfest himself.
Is this Kevin Owens' first Hell in a Cell?
No.
Was he in one before?
I don't remember. I don't think he was.
You know what would be dope though? Kevin Owens does his power bomb into the apron. He power bombs Shane McMahon through the Hell in a Cell. You know, like they always have the one side of the Hell in a Cell that's weak so they can get out.
Right.
That would be cool. I would like to see that.
No, he was in a Hell in a Cell match against Seth Rollins.
Oh, okay.
But nevertheless, you know, Kevin Owens is obviously a good worker, great talent. No matter if whoever says that he's fat or anything like that. He's miles and beyond, like probably the best overall character and wrestler together in the WWE, in my opinion. I think.
Yeah, he's probably up there. I mean, just as a combination of his abilities on the mic and in ring, he's probably the best.
Yeah,
Other than maybe AJ. AJ's gotten a lot better on the mic.
He's gotten a lot better on the mic. Everyone loves the style of wrestling. But, you know, like I said, Kevin Owens is probably going to win this match. And that's pretty much going to be it for your guys' Hell in a Cell review. Of course, there might be matches added to the kickoff show. But here on Fusion Corp, we don't cover the kickoff show.
We don't care about that.
Because obviously it just is a waste of time. And it's just very boring.
Yeah, who cares about that stuff? Wasn't that that's crazy too? The New Day Usos was
it was a pre-show match.
It was a pre-show match at SummerSlam, right?
I believe so. Yeah,
that's crazy.
But like I said, sorry to cut you off.
No, you're fine.
That's going to be the end of the episode. Oh, here I go again saying episode, just because I've been on this
preview episode
on the FIFA gimmick. But this is going to be the end of the review, guys. Hope you guys enjoy. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe this video. Please remember that a Dragon Ball Super review is going to be coming up on the channel.
That's a big one.
A big one. We're excited for that. Also, we got some more FIFA content. We got more Dragon Ball content. And we hope you guys will enjoy it.
Peace out, guys.
Peace.